can play. The fire burns, but the words escape. But the words escape. Countrymen play. The flames will take, but the words escape. The words escape. Brothers in arms, so I call out to thee. Here lies the brave, a portion yours too. Death whispers late beyond the grave. Words Son of war, oh, I call out to thee. The meek will prevail, just will be
All right. That should do with the audio settings. I'm gonna stick to mouse and keyboard for now today. You can scale the user interface. Pause on combat start, yes please. So, Masquerada Songs and Shadows has a very cool introduction. And now we're going to look at the prologue.
We did it, Cyrus. We're in.
Save your relief, Amadea. We're not out of the flames yet.
Cyrus, we must keep moving. Bretha, secure the west wing.
Come. We must head to the Hall of Bearings. There are still some of us that are unarmed.
Unarmed, he said. Ooh. Okay. Cyrus and Nal. Ice Blade, Cold Stream, Wash, Ice Blast. Attune. 2 resources, health and probably energy. I can target with the right mouse button. Okay, I can move the camera around as well. They've got 2 bars as well, but theirs is yellow, not blue. We've got a yellow bar on the side. Health, focus, mask charges. Ah, okay. Mask charges are blue. Focus is yellow. So they probably have health and focus as well. Signature attack for him. Cyrus. Ice Blade. Strikes the target with an ice-imbued blade and activates elemental tags. Cyrus rushes forward on a trail of water, dealing 15 base damage to enemies in their path. Enemies dealt damage this way turn slower for 3 seconds and receive a water tag. Ice Blast launches an icicle that pierces through multiple enemies, dealing damage and placing water tags on them, okay? Let's target that one with a dash. Okay, it shows up here. So, other character. Convergence. Blast an enemy with dirt and dust, dealing 50 damage and interrupting it. The enemy receives an earth tag. Regular attack mode. Right click on an enemy to attack, yes. Your companions automatically acquire enemy targets in range. The red bar represents your health. Use skills 1 to 4. Click to confirm. Some require a target or target point. The yellow bar represents focus, which absorbs incoming damage. The yellow arc around the character's feet denotes the shielded area. Aha! The backstabbing is a thing. Some enemies have larger focus arcs than others. Yeah. And they are kind of hard to see. Right? Better? Ooh, what an attack. So you have to react really quick with the mouse, with the pause, if you want to interrupt. How about we get over there and attack him from behind? Ah! See, that works. Deals more damage as well. The White Spire, Hall of Bearings. Okay, it's full of masks.
Run! No! Stop them!
It's a bit of an artsy game, isn't it? Casting Convergence. Yeah, let him. Yes, I got that. Let's have a projectile hit here. Cool. Now a dash. Oh, that was too late. Ow, it's a quick thing. Oh, my companion died. Yeah. Revive them. Yeah, okay. Works. Alright.
Damn it! They've tunneled too far in. We can chase them.
Forget it. There are more than enough Masquerades here. Both of you take all you can and bring them to the troops.
I will tell Invidius. He should be done with...
Miss?
What? Cyrus, I'm not going anywhere. Not before that bastard is killed.
Neither am I.
Both of you listen. If we are to stand any chance at winning this, our men need these Masquerades.
So let Invidius take them.
And what if Portieri await him on the way back? Tell me you trust him, or anyone else, to defend against them.
Cyrus.
Honestly.
No.
Then go. And Amadea?
I can fight, Cyrus.
I know you can. Which is why you need to go with Lysandra and Invidius. They'll take care of you.
But...
No buts, Amadea. Now go, both of you.
No buts.
I will be back with reinforcements. Don't you dare do anything foolish without me, Cyrus Gavar. Understand? Cyrus,
Yes. Now go.
You don't mean that, do you, sir?
Oh, I mean it. But understanding and complying are two different things, Null.
She's not going to be happy with you, sir.
The number of times I've heard that.
So this was full of masks, and they took them with. Yeah. The games today have a habit of making me change them quicker than usual. Bit of a pity, but it happens. It's hard to pick them anyway, and they are all very playable games, but not for streaming. So that's really a bit of a pity. Yeah. Yes. The interesting thing is I figured out most things that the tutorial is telling me before it's telling me the things. What I like about this is that it is doing many things how I thought I would do them. Right? You have the only thing I would change in this is visibility of the things, you know, these circles and bars in front of the enemies. They are nearly invisible and they are super important. That's a bit odd. But it has flanking and backstabbing, which makes sense.
What now, sir?
We aim for the heart. Avestus will be trying to escape. We cannot let that happen, and we cannot afford to wait for Lyssandra's return. He will be long gone by then. We must do it ourselves.
So
It sounds dangerous, sir.
No, we have broken into the heart of the White Spire. There are few lines of danger we have left to cross.
Well, sir, if this is how it has to be, then let us do it.
Thank you, Null, and your men as well. Umber will remember this when they fashion the laws of freedom.
But not you, sir.
Come on. We have a man to kill.
Ooh. Unlike the first game we played today, this has a very... How do you say it? The voice acting in Iron Danger was not bad, it was just off. It was not really fitting what we saw on screen. It was not coherent in the whole tutorial section that we played through. It was not coherent. In the beginning it was fitting, but then it didn't stop. The girl sounded panicky for every word she said, and that even for someone who really is not into adventuring and all that, didn't make much sense. And in here the characters, they have believable, fitting voice acting according to the situation they are in. The modulation of the voice, it's super important. I'm not sure how developers end up with that bad voice acting sometimes. It's just, I would rather pay nothing and have no voice acting over having bad fitting voice acting. That is so distracting. Obviously, if 20,000 people listen to it, you've got plenty of opinions on that topic, right? So there's that. Okay, so we're still in tutorial mode here, and apparently we are about to assassinate someone.
Cyrus, it doesn't have to end this way.
I am truly sorry.
Go, sir. We've got you covered.
I'm to follow him, okay. You can play this with the controller, right? Just saying. Yeah, elemental tags. Now we learn about this. Additional effects are invoked. Use Cold Stream Wash to apply the elemental tag. I have that. Use the signature attack to activate it to deal damage. Ah, okay. That's why I didn't get in the beginning. Well, that's extra damage, alright? Oh, I'm flanked. That's not good. Can be helped. Turn around. Cool. Nice. So, just to point it out, this yellow bar is where you are shielded, guarded, where you sort of fend off enemy attacks. If an enemy attacks from the side or from the back, you're not protected, which means you're definitely getting hurt a lot. This character can apply water elemental. I would call them debuffs or whatever, but they're called tags here. So I can tag enemies by rushing through them with a water attack. Obviously it's magic. And then I can trigger it with my standard attack. The Ice Blast is a piercing projectile that I can shoot that also applies to water attack, so I can sort of prepare combat. Cool. Okay, so if I shoot through, they both get the tag, and then I can release the magic for more damage. And the yellow focus bar represents how much, you could call it armor, but they call it focus, right? It replenishes automatically and protects you from damage in that area. If damage comes from the back, it does not go past. It does not go past your focus. It does go directly to your health. The game doesn't explain that in depth. It's a cool concept, though. I like it.
What? Where is Avestus?
Safe. The corridors of the registry are twisted. You know that.
Just like its leader.
You don't mean that.
Yes, I do. And you know it. Just because you have that cape on your shoulder doesn't mean that you are blind to the injustices of this broken city.
Cyrus, please.
You know its insides are corrupt, its ways foul.
And even if I did, what then? We are but single entities, Cyrus. How much can one person hope to achieve?
Nothing by themselves, but with people who believe in them, who believe with them.
I'm sorry.
Lucia, please.
You have already cost the city too much. This must end.
Dueling mode. Oh, fire damage. That's the opposite of water.
I am so sorry, my friend. Have you any last words?
The city needs to change, Lucia.
Goodbye, Cyrus Gavar.
Holy crap. Unexpected. And the mask disappears. So, that was the tutorial. Looking at other games, It was not perfect, but it was the best one today. Resident Evil 7, oh god. Scary. Before I start a new game, I'm gonna hop to the bathroom real quick, and then we'll have a look at the actual game. I'll be right back. I'll leave the cool music on. Alright. Back. Let's have a look at this then. Normal.
Ships. Nowhere else in a midnight build are there so many damn ships. Is it true, though? You say a moment you lay eyes on that city, a demon possesses you. It's where all magic comes from, they say. Hey.
They also say the pipe will kill you. Yet, here we are.
Yeah. The whole trip I tried not to, Cicero. But you made a promise. Going back here ain't gonna do you no good.
I made a promise to my parents, too. To feed them. Give them a better life. I need the money, Varl.
Then the question is, are you willing to pay with your soul for it?
I suppose we'll find out.
Into the shadows we go. Breathe it in, Cicero. The smell of a bad decision.
Smells like runic spices to me. Ugh, and sewage.
You joke about it now.
Relax, Varl. I'll see you in a 5-day. I promise.
A promise. If you break it, I swear to 7 sisters that I'll come down to the pits myself to wrangle your skinny neck.
I'll see you when I see you, Captain. Pits or no.
Okay. Oh, lore. Umber. Jewel of the Midnight Belt, acclaimed by all the nations for its wealth and its exotic magic. This is the place that I've called home, the country that banished me in exile. Now I have returned to find little changed. It is still bustling and alive, and it still rests in shadow. Whether I'm stepping back onto his wharfs facing open arms or hidden knives, only time will tell. You find out about this. Varl and Emerita. You can understand the relationship between a captain and his ship. It is a love of a sort, found in few other places. Perhaps the closest relationship I can think of to parallel it would be of those between a tinker and his tools, or a blacksmith and his smithy. But no. Looking at Varl and his ship, you realize that that wouldn't quite do. The first time I met Varl, he'd been screaming at one of his crewmen for chipping a board along the side of the Emerita. The poor lad was shouldering a shipment of pole arms from Tessera and had grazed the hull of the ship. I learned later that this was not an uncommon occurrence. A nick on a mast, a scuff on a floorboard, and off the rails he'd go, screaming, yelling, throwing things about. No one ever got seriously hurt, but considering the vigour and passion with which he'd berate his crew, one would think they chopped off a toe of his or burned off an eyebrow. Ah, this is hilarious. Cool. And perhaps, in some sense, they might as well have. The Emerita was as much a part of him as any of his limbs. His love for the Emerita went far beyond simple fondness. He'd integrated it into his existence. It had entwined itself with the threads that formed his identity. Any offense against the ship was a direct offense against him. Some would say that a craftsman is only as good as his tools. I'm inclined to say this man has taken it quite the step further. Oh, nice. That is enjoyable to read. That is good. Okay, let's have a look around.
Sir.
Sir,
Relax. You are the coach hands I was told to expect?
that's us. Elena Toth, sir.
Ricardo Toth, at your service.
The coach is nearby?
Just a minute this way, sir.
What I'm asking myself... Some objects seem highlighted, others seem blurry. It's a bit odd. I do like the general style of it, I have to say. Oh. What's this? That's a lore thing. Okay. Optional. Oh, that's a coach. Right.
Flashy. I expected the registry to be spending more on dealing with the war than prettying up their carriages.
Oh, actually, sir...
Don't get me wrong, I love the finish, but...
Sir, it's this one.
What? Oh. Well, the less attention we draw, the better for us, anyway. Come on, let's see if this butte can get us through the... ages.
Whoops.
Presence out, all of you. Make no trouble for us, and you'll have none yourselves.
Sir, do it.
That's it, boys. Stop by again, you lot. It was a pleasure.
They're getting bolder by the day.
I would have liked to have seen how bold they felt if they knew he was an Inspectore. I bet they would have thought...
Ricardo!
Hear that, boys? An Inspectore.
You mean you no trouble?
Words spoken behind a blade. The Inspectore will fetch us some. We don't need the other two. Truly a pleasure.
Ready yourselves!
Okay, I've got no skills whatsoever. I I guess there's gonna be some device to help me out. Oh no, I'm just a badass fighter. Like that.
So, Ricardo, you watched me fight.
He more than watched, sir. He was practically gawking.
Sister!
Relax. All I wanted to know is why you seem so surprised.
Well, 7 Inspectores and none would stoop to a level to have contadani like us present to watch them train.
Doesn't mean you can't steal a glance from the West Wing. The upper levels provide quite the view.
If you don't mind me saying, sir, you're awfully comfortable around us.
What do you mean?
People like us, I mean, contadani, maskless.
You mean people who have lives and dreams and all? I think I'd be more worrying if I was uncomfortable, no? It's been so long since I've heard that.
Heard what?
Slow down, please. That. The Pale Isle. For a city this dark to have a heart so bright. Let's go.
Why are the horses slowing down?
This is new.
Extra security measures, sir, since the war began.
Business?
Transport.
And who are you transport? I see.
Problem, Ilencio?
Carry on.
That wasn't very polite.
You don't expect them to treat war criminals with politeness, do you?
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to.
No. Stop the coach, please. I think I'd like a little time to myself, if you don't mind. I'll make my way up to the White Spire when I'm done.
Of course, sir. We'll be at the stables if you need to find us.
Okay, now we got the codex. And we can explore a bit.
Hey, aren't you forgetting something, scum? Oi, I'm talking to... Of all the souls, I never thought I'd get to see you again.
What do you want?
What do I want? I want you to have a taste of what we went through because of you. Oh, the mouse has teeth. Let's see how well he bites. Hold your ground!
It's not happening again. It's too much.
I can't defeat him like that.
The man who lives like a coward deserves to suffer like one. Valencio, Sir, I swear... I didn't...
More slabs!
Attention! We are in the middle of a war, Silencio. Do you understand that?
I didn't...
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Your masquerine is to be used against the mask runners of the city, not against its citizens, exiled or not.
You have demonstrated a sore lack of understanding with regards to the utilization of Masquerines. You will unbind from your Masquerine and have the privilege of its company revoked for a period of 10 days. Keep me waiting any longer and it'll be 30. Go.
Interesting.
You lucky bastard. If I hadn't been out for a drink...
At this time, someone's picked up some habits.
Why are you here, Cicero? A man with your reputation must be either mad or desperate to return to the city.
Here, read it.
Summoned back to Umber at the request of the Verone, your exile will be revoked and you will be granted a grand sum of... So what? You're back for the money?
Mad or desperate.
And do you know for what reason you've been called back?
If you can decipher anything from this cryptic mess, please.
You need to see a Vestus.
Accompany me? I think it'd be a good time to hear what's been going on.
You mean it'd be good to have a bodyguard?
I was trying to be nice.
Come on. He's in the White Spire.
Right. So you get to learn a lot about the world you're in before you actually engage in...
I want it!
We don't care. You're at least a week away from another rotation.
I'm the best firebrand here, and you know it.
Get lost, Travis. You know there's no way you're going to get it.
Were they arguing over a masquerine? Aren't there enough to go around?
The war. Ever since your brother gave out all those masquerines to the mask runners, the death toll on both sides has been great.
And you've been losing masquerines.
So long as they sit upon a dying face, to the dust they go. And now, the city is running out of them. Everyone's feeling it. The guilds, the mask runners, the registry. The Vegelus even suspect that in the next 50 years or so, there'll be fewer than 100 masquerines left.
But there were thousands before. Surely 5 years.
5 years have crippled this country, Cicero. I am sorry. That did not come out as smoothly as I had intended.
You're tired. I understand.
You would, wouldn't you? Well, let's not keep a Vestus waiting.
So, any idea why the old man wants to see me?
Not a very solid one. One of the Regenti has gone missing. And these walls should not be privy to this conversation.
Aha! Oh, I remember this from earlier. Oh. There we go.
we are.
Tell me he's changed. At least a little.
Have fun finding out.
In all the 20 years that I have spent perched upon the spire, not once have I seen my city so broken.
Tristan was telling me the war's almost over.
Over? When does a war end? When the trumpets of peace sound? When the mask runners are dead in the gutter? No. It ends when it ceases to echo through every street, or shadow every face. It is over when the halls that it has emptied fill once again. This war is far from over. I trust the past 5 years have treated you well?
They've been kind.
Kind? Is that what you call those years you spent throwing all your coin at barkeeps, fleeing the grip of sobriety?
How?
The Cavalli Fields may be located across the belt, but it's still within the Registry's vigil.
And so is plagued by your rats. Why am I here?
The answer is all around you. You've been to the docks. You've walked through the grounds. How many portieri enjoy the company of Masquerades?
Tristan told me. The city's losing too many of them.
We must learn the secrets of the Masquerades. Learn how to stop them from disintegrating upon their wearer's death.
This is a job better suited for the Vigilus.
Widen your mind, Cicero. You think I called you here to bury your nose in dusty tomes? You are not the first that I've spoken to of these matters. A regente of mine was tasked 3 months ago to explore the annals we have on Masquerades. You are here to find him.
How long's he been missing?
He missed sending in his last report due 20 days ago.
And you've sent no one else?
Ophina and Corvus were sent to investigate.
What did they find?
That their songs were shorter than they expected.
Both of them?
Ophina was found hanging in her room, hands tied, wrists slit. Corvus's body was not so fortunate. Whoever it was had resources. Wit, knowledge, finesse. It's a pity the two before you managed to find nothing apart from their own deaths.
So you called me back to feed me to the dogs?
No, I called you back to find my regente. If the canines come at you while you're at it, well...
You're a fool if you think I'll do this.
I'll think much more than that if you turn away. Especially if you read the case notes. You might find the name of my regente interesting.
Razatov?
You two were acquainted, were you not?
Anything else?
Only that you are to breathe no word whatsoever to anyone else regarding this case. Everything else you need is in those notes. Arm yourself in the Hall of Bearings, then see what you can find. His office in the East Wing is probably a good place to start. That is all.
Cool. So, and again, a game I can't stream because it's way too much about listening to dialogue and reading. I saw the combat and the style and thought that's probably worth a look, and I would say it is. But it's nothing I can really stream well, except if I skip everything. And that would be a pity because I think it's delivered nicely. Both voice acting, graphics, and music are really cool. The hit feedback, the sound from the combat is not super good, and the general visual feedback in the combat is not perfect, I'd say. Far apart from that. But it's something very fresh and very different from the usual in a good way. As much as Iron Danger, I guess, is something fresh and different from the usual. Yeah, Conan Unconquered was a bit of an unfortunate half-baked thing. I'll keep my eye on it. If it gets a bit more polish, I'll let you know. Otherwise, I'd say only get it if you're really into it, into that sort of game, and if it's cheap. This one you have to decide for yourself. If what you saw is interesting for you. I wouldn't recommend it yet to anyone, unless you're curious. And Crosscode is just not my game. It's probably nice with the puzzling and combat combination, but I could really not play that. That was a bit of a pity. So I say we look at one more game. It's 10 minutes past 9. It's pretty early still. And let's see, we've got... I've got too many options. Oh, why is this not working? It's a very nice rug, Deviate Fish. I agree.